Okay, I've started the recording, so now the meeting is officially started. So, Josh, you got some questions. Nick, Nick? You're a mentor, is that right?
Hi, yes, sir, I am.
Okay, great. So, either Nick or Josh, let's start with whatever questions you have.
I've asked a lot already, so if Nick, if you have any, you can start first. Otherwise, I got tons more.
You can go ahead. I was waiting to see if some people from my group would show up, but I'm going to try to get in contact with them.
Okay, so we'll just go on with Josh's questions, and pick up with you and your group, as seems appropriate. Okay.
Sounds great.
Yep. Okay, Josh.
So, I can keep on going exactly when you do. I apologize. Anyway, so my first question is, when you're implementing or when we're going about the presentation, would you find it? You were talking about the fact that when we show you stuff, you want it to be more design-wise. But do you feel like if we showed a little bit of the code when we go to run it, or like show exactly how a command line might do the certain things, would be detrimental to the presentation, or it might help show that we actually thought about implementation?
So that's a really good question, Josh. And so my reaction is that it's helpful if the code makes it clearer what your design is. But the design presentation doesn't want to focus on implementation at all, except for the prototype part. But sometimes the best way to describe your design idea is with a little piece of code, and that's fine, as long as it really focuses on, here's my design.
Got it. Great. So as long as you're not going into full implementation and it does help your presentation and it's possibly quick, is basically what you're trying to say.
All those things are good things, especially the brevity part.
Got it. So yeah, I'll definitely take that into account when doing that. You were also saying that when you do the presentation, you would like to have a quick video, if possible, of the person or persons in there, and they would be explaining like a brief introduction of themselves. How far would you want us to kind of talk about our team and ourselves versus starting to get right into things?
Very little.
Got it.
Because we're limited in time. So you have 15 minutes total, and if you start introducing everybody, 7 minutes will be gone before you know it.
So a quick hi, our team.
Quick hi, just say, here's my team members. Now let's start with the presentation and then do a screen share with your presentation slides. Almost everything we see during these 15 minutes should be a screen share of your slides or just your face talking. But, we'll still see your face. If you can turn on your video, even when you do a share, we'll still see your face, and that's fine.
Yeah. When you talk about the presentation slides, are you interested in seeing more on the presentation than the document? Because I know you gave us a document to work off of. Are you looking for more of a PowerPoint structure than you are a document structure?
Yes, I am.
Got it.
Here's what happens. When we evaluate it, we're going to, we'll be evaluating your presentation as it's going on, but the total evaluation for your team consists of 3 parts: the document, the slides, and your presentation. And so, you don't need to put up the document at all, because we're going to, as long as you've uploaded and you're required to upload it, as long as you've uploaded it, you're obligated to do that by Friday morning at 10 o'clock. You upload your document, your slides, and since your team is going to do a live Zoom presentation, you don't need to upload an MP4. If you wanted to, for example, I think it's a really good idea for your team to do a quick trial run. If you want to record that and upload, that's fine, but, no need to do it. But if you do, we'll look at it.
Okay. So there's, just to be concrete and clear, you need a PowerPoint structure as well as the design document fully completed. Is there minimum requirements for the PowerPoint, or is it just basically whatever you want on it?
I think you should follow the sample.
Okay.
You don't have to follow it slavishly, and if you think you have a better structure, that's fine. But you're going to be evaluated on the things that are called out in that presentation.
Got it.
Okay.
Sounds good. Sorry for throwing you rapid fire questions here. If you want to take a break.
No, that's good. We're doing fine.
All right. So I think another question that comes to mind is the way you go into future extensions and stuff. Is there any specifics that you are interested in hearing more about, or you think that we should focus more time on than others? That you think that there's some of that documentation that you gave us is just more filler than something that you feel should be more outlined in the document?
It wasn't intended to be filler. What I'm really looking for is, can you guys come up with ideas for extension?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you may come up empty on some projects, but almost always, once you've thought about it clearly, you say, gee, here's a whole bunch of interesting things to do. Don't have the time to do it now, but let's record them, for posterity, for when we want, when I want to come back to this, do version 2. And quite frankly, there's one of my future extensions that you could steal, the whole thing, okay, and that would count.
Yeah. I didn't mean like specifically.
I'll let you decide which one that is.
I didn't mean specifically future extensions. I just meant like if there was something in there that you feel people could go overboard with, that you think that you might not want to see too much information thrown at you about. You know what I'm saying? Like if there was something such as error handling that you really didn't care too much more, you wanted to see more implementation of, you know what I'm saying? Based on the design.
I always want to see more ideas than I do implementation at this stage,
Got it.
For an implementation review or a final review for a customer, we'd be really interested in implementation details, but for a design review, we're not. So, and you want to be brief, I'll warn you, it's far better for you to think, gee, I don't think I have enough, than to go in and say, I might have a little, it's so easy to spend more time than you think you're going to, as you go through a presentation. It's a good idea to, err on the lean side.
What is the best way for handling time, making sure we're under our time limit? Can we have a little reminder on Google, or can we have a possible timer in the corner, or what would you prefer?
A timer in the corner is fine, or the best thing is you really don't want to distract your audience on it.
That's what I was worried about
already. So I think the best thing is maybe just to have one of your team members keep track of the time as the presentation goes on. And, when you get to 12 minutes, your team member says, time to wrap up.
Okay. That's good, but I'm thinking that might be difficult for my situation. Okay, so as long as it's not distracting, you're thinking, so timer in the corner would be a bit distracting.
That would be fine. Yep.
Let's see. There was one other question I had, but I can't remember what it was. Hold on. Okay.
Nick, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Nick, we can let Nick ask everything.
Nick, I'm enjoying listening in on this, so no worries.
Okay. So is there any specific questions you might have that you can relay to your team, or you're good so far?
I'm good. I had like an administrative question, I guess. Just how this one is going to be balanced with the rest of the challenges. Is it weighted in any way, or is it all evenly distributed?
I believe the way it will work is that they're all evenly weighted. Basically, what happens is we rank the teams, and you know, I think the weighting is based on how many first your team got, how many seconds, So the weighting
Okay.
is all where you came in. That's my understanding, but you know, I wasn't as deeply into the scoring setup as some of the other faculty. So, yeah, a good source of really solid response to that would be for you to just send a question to Jim Rice.
Okay, I will do.
Yeah.
I have questions on file uploading. So you sent out a Google Drive. Is that where we're going to be pushing our files?
Yep.
Okay, and if you could, would you be able to post that link in the Zoom meeting so I can just double check that I have that link?
I posted it in all of the team channels already.
Okay, so all of the team channels should have that specific.
Yeah, so each team channel has a link to their own folder and nowhere else. So, okay,
Oh,
so I don't want it shared, obviously, or somebody else will take it to
yeah.
the work. But I originally tried to send it out by email, and Google told me I ran out of my quota to share. So I just sent out a link, and I set the link so that anybody who has the link has the right to edit.
Awesome.
Okay.
So now with that, we will be uploading just our PowerPoint and our design document, or just the design document into that.
You'll upload PowerPoint slides or Google Slides or whatever, a document, and if the team is not going to present in a live stream, you upload an MP4 that you can make with Zoom. So your team doesn't have to present on Friday afternoon. If they want to spend that time doing something else, they can upload an MP4. Either way is fine with me, and there's no penalty for making one choice or the other. I think it's a good idea for them to do a live stream just to have the experience of presenting to a customer. But
Yeah.
So you need to do your team is expected to do all three things, and if you leave one of them out, you'll lose all the weighting for that one. So basically, the way I'm scoring, I've laid out the percentage counts, and now each one of those we're gonna rank each one of those areas from 1 to 10, and I've mapped that with an Excel formula into the appropriate percentage, and then I add them all up, and then I do that. So I've got a Excel block for document, Excel doc for presentation, Excel doc for the slides. And so the slides and the presentation are two separate, they're each going to be, the slides are going to be evaluated for content, and the presentation is going to be evaluated for presentation of that content. How clearly did you convey the ideas? So, and so if your team uploaded two of those three things, they would lose score because they would get 0 score for the presentation, for the MP4 or live stream presentation.
So live stream, we're not responsible for recording that. I'm guessing that was, as long as we're live streaming, we're all set with that.
Yeah. My intent is, as long as if there's few enough that actually want to do the live streaming, I'm going to do a separate Zoom meeting for each one, and I will put a link to that Zoom meeting in your team channel, and I'll probably put the same links. I'll probably just put them in the team channel. If it turns out that a lot of the teams want to present, then I probably would move over to Discord's video channel, which I can't record. The only reason for using Zoom is I can record it, and I will. Mike will remind me, and then I'll turn on my record button and, and record it. And so you'll have a recording of what you did. If there's 6 or 7 or more teams that decide they want to do a live presentation, I'll probably move over to Discord, and I can't make a recording of that.
Well, if things make it easier, I would love Discord, and I'll record it myself if that makes it easier. But yeah,
is it Nick? Was it you that just said that, or was it Joshua?
No, that was me. That was me.
Oh,
Josh.
Okay. I don't mind doing it in. Discord. The only issue is that we do it in Discord, it won't get recorded. I can't record it from, maybe you can record it, but I can't because I didn't download it. There are some tools to do that, but I don't know anything about them or their security or anything, so I didn't do that.
Yeah, it would. If I did it through Discord, I'm guessing I'd have to use OBS, which I do have OBS to record.
Okay, well, Josh, if you wanted to do this, my intent was that if I have some recordings that with the team's permission, I'll post those recordings. I'll put them up on YouTube and put links on my website and links on the Discord server here so you can see yourselves. Okay, so.
Yeah, well, whatever you prefer is fine by me. The one thing I don't like about Zoom with how security, they've been known for their issues in security.
Yeah, they fixed most of those, I think, but Discord is fine. So why don't you do the following, Josh? Post a message to me in the design channel that you would like to use Discord, and then we'll just use Discord for you.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good to me. Just make sure I record the thing using OBS is what you suggest.
Yeah. And if you do, then upload it, to the, and you won't be subject to any limits. You can upload it anytime you want, because the live stream takes care of, we'll be grading the live stream. So. But if you upload it and you would like it posted, you would like to see yourself on YouTube or something, that's fine. You can look at the recording and decide after the fact whether you want to send it up for getting posted or not.
Sounds good. So you guys have your own, is it going to be a Code-a-thon YouTube thing, or where will that go?
I have on my own, I put a Code-a-thon playlist where I put the first of these Q&A meetings. I'm going to put this one. The links you have to the video in the design channel, I'll just go up to YouTube. And I'm going to put the recording of this one on YouTube. And I would put, your recording of your own presentation in the same place.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So when we're going for Friday, do we need to have the documentations, the design document and the PowerPoint uploaded before our presentation?
Yeah.
Before.
They have to be uploaded by 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, got it.
Yep. Now, you can submit later as well to do an improvement, but, if you don't have anything up there by 10 o'clock, you'll lose a little bit of pointage. Not a huge amount, but,
Sounds good. I think I have finally nailed all my questions.
Okay.
So I think that's about it, unless I think of any others.
You asked a lot of good ones, Josh, so that's good. Nick, anything else?
No, I'm good over here. Thanks for asking all those questions.
Okay. All righty. I guess then we'll call it a day. Let's see what time it is. Yeah, it's 1:24. Everybody who is going to attend probably has attended. So I will post this. I'll convert the video from this and I'll post it you'll find a link in the design channel, just like I did for the first one. All righty, guys.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. Mike and I are going to stay along. Why don't you two guys you can go ahead and sign out, and I'm going to chat with Mike for a minute.
All right.
No
thanks.
problem. Thank you very much for all your answers on that.
You bet, Josh. It's my pleasure.
You have a great day.
You too.
Great,
Mike.
Doc. So did you want to end the recording there, Doc? Or you
Oh,
good?
yes, I do. Thank you. How do I do that? Let's see. I go